Alrighty, we should be off anytime now, or right now. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. So welcome everyone once again, the Pit Percent Tournament. Fourth one we've ever done, the Fall 2022 Pit Tournament is officially off. We have a really good match today, which I talked about earlier. SoaringSloth and Cats have very similar PBs. This category is crazy. This category is a lot of luck. For anyone who hasn't seen a Pit of 100 Trials run before, it's quite different than normal any percent. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours long. It can vary in there. But basically, the goal of Pit is to start from a clean file, as we see here, and complete the Pit of 100 Trials as fast as possible, whatever it takes. So the route differs a lot from any percent. Right at the beginning of Chapter 2, we're just going to be getting Boomer and leaving to go straight to the Pit. We'll talk more in depth about the Pit once we get there, but it is very luck dependent. There is a lot of RNG, which really makes these tournaments so much fun. I've had a lot of fun basically restreaming, hosting, commentating every tournament that we've done in the past. And I think this one's probably going to be our best one yet. As I mentioned earlier, we've got a total of 14 runners. I'll read them out to you right here. We have Castle, Stevie, Teddy, Slop-Dop, Phantom, Derek, Cats, Mantaplant, SoaringSloth, and a couple newer runners. We have Reed, we have Sonic, TLK is a returning runner. He was in the last tournament, I believe. TCB Trio, and Hydra King, I believe. So, we have a loaded tournament this time around. It's really... It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, this is our first round matchup. I should probably link the bracket. I forgot to make a command for that. I'll just put it in chat. But, if anyone wants to look, I think you can still do predictions. You can still predict if you want. I technically haven't started the tournament, but predictions will be closed as soon as this match finishes up. So, yeah. Right now we got both runners just starting through, mashing through the prologue. Prologue is mostly mashing. It's not, as far as I know, it's not as long as a couple other Paper Mario games, but it's still pretty painful. Just pressing 1 and 2 as fast as possible here. But yeah, we are on our way to Flipside, and really, we're not going to see too many important things until we get into 1-1. 1-1 is where things really ramp up, and it really starts to get important. In 1-1, there's a grind that you're going to see every runner in this tournament do, and that grind will pretty much determine how your race, or how your run really is going to go. The goal for each runner is to get a pretty good grind. Like, if anyone gets to around 25k or above, I'd say that's pretty good. I'm not the exact points expert, but I do know that we hosted just a casual race between Cats, Reed, and Phantom. It was about a week ago, I think. And Phantom, for example, had a pretty... I think he had around 20k after the grind, 1-1, and he ended up soft-locking in the pit, which is unfortunate. I hope to not see that much this tournament. Obviously, the pit is just very unforgiving. So yeah, as you see right here, both runners are putting the first Pure Heart in the pillar. They got the first Pure Heart from Merlin. And a quick time save that's used in Pit percent and any percent, pretty much any category, is you can just jump off the left edge of the Flipside tower and not have to take 2 long elevators. Saves actually a decent amount of time. So, again, prologue is pretty self-explanatory. It's just mashing through all of the game's text, getting through the storyline, but once we get into 1-1, things will ramp up. Oh, I should note, as you see, hopefully we see this a lot during the tournament, but as you see right now, both runners are using the English version of this game. As far as I know, I think both of them are on Wii U. I know Cats is on Wii U. I think Sloth is also playing on Wii U, but pretty much the best, or the fastest version of this game, rather, is Wii U Japanese. And the Japanese version has faster text. I believe it saves, it's probably a little less in pit. It saves a decent amount of time in any percent. It's probably 40 seconds, 30-40 seconds at any percent, but there is a chance if you're playing on the Japanese version of this game, there's a random, not necessarily random, but pretty much a random chance of crashing during any load zone. So you'll see both runners today playing on the English version to avoid that. The English version is much more stable. It is a little slower with text, though. Alrighty. So here we are heading into 1-1. So this level is important for a number of different reasons. At the beginning of this level, we're going to get Mario's 3D ability, which allows him to flip from 2D to 3D. It's used in this game to solve a lot of puzzles. It can also be exploited in certain areas. It's very useful in the pit, actually, depending on where you are, because there's no platforms in 3D, so you can get to the bottom of a room very quickly just by flipping. But once again, the major thing that we're going to pay attention to in 1-1 is the grind. It is easily, I think it's our main point grind, outside of a small point grind in 1-3. It's really probably the most important one in this whole run. In any percent there's two, but this is really going to be the main one. There is an RNG block, which is an item block that gives a randomized item. I'm not sure the total amount of items that you can get, but I know two important ones are the slow flower or the fast flower. If either of those come out of the block, then you'll probably see these runners opt to take it, especially the slow flower. The slow flower is pretty easy to control. It's obviously slower, but you can easily get up to a good 80k points, which having that many going into the pit is an unbelievable advantage. Yeah, so the tournament is underway. I linked the challenge bracket in chat, but this is the first one. There's currently two going on right now. Unfortunately, we can only restream one, but the other match is Phantom versus Hydra King, a round 1 match. But yeah, round 1, as well as like probably losers round 1, maybe losers round 2. There will be some matches that have to go without being restreamed. I believe I'm going to be the only restreamer this tournament, which is all good. But yeah, I will do my best to try and schedule out time for all matches. So right here you're going to see Sloth opt to take that coin block, and Cats will run past it. That leads me to believe I think Sloth is going to go in the 1-2 shop and purchase a couple different items. You can get a decent amount of fire bursts as well as mainly shroom shakes. But coming up right here, as you see on Cat's screen, she will get the slow flower. I think she's going to go for it, yes. So this is... Here, let me switch the audio really quick. So this is the slow flower. Obviously, Cats is going to be moving really slow, but if she manages this well, which is looking really, really good, every single hit she'll get 3 times the amount of points. And already you can see the ridiculous advantage, and I think Sloth is resetting. That's unfortunate. I hope he saved. Cats has 89k, which is unbelievably good. I will see... Sloth might just have a save, I think, I hope. Okay, I think he does. Okay, yeah, he saved at the house. This, you know what? I'll be completely honest. I don't even blame him. Yeah, that block was RNG, so you could get a number of different items. You can get just normal mushrooms and super shrooms out of it, but you can get a fast flower or a slow flower, and the slow flower there just gives such an unbelievable advantage. To have 89k getting out of 1-1 is really, really good. It is just an incredible advantage. So Sloth unfortunately fell off on the grind, but had a save file just right outside of Bastovius' house. And I actually don't blame him for doing this, because this grind, I really do mean this, it's like the most important part of pretty much any pit run. It will determine whether you're going to be fighting for points for the rest of your run, or whether you're in Cat's situation, you know, where you really don't have to worry too much about points at all. So hopefully we'll see a good backup grind here from Sloth. It's looking good so far. Fortunately fell off. I think he'll just have to go with this. He might be able to get up to 20k, I think. Nice, the attack. You know, I can't even lie, 23 is not bad. He will have to get a couple different mushrooms, a couple different enemy kills here and there, just to catch up on points, but it's much more manageable than, I assume, what he had before. You'll see Cats right here. Cats is in 1-2. Sloth is finishing up 1-1 right here in the final room, but Cats is going up to get the Cloud Coins. It's a decent amount of coins. I believe it's like 22 or something like that. I don't know the exact amount off the top of my head, but oh, Sloth is... Dude, he's going big! Let's go! I haven't seen this in so long. This is the Mega Star, and it'll actually give him like a decent amount of points, I think. He's at 25k right now. He should be at, I want to say like 27 or 28 when he gets out of this. Yeah, 27 and a half. I can't even lie, that's actually a decent position to be at now. I think he doesn't have to worry too much about points. He will be a decent amount behind Cats, but again, with the pit, you just never know. The pit is just so luck dependent that anything can happen. But Cats definitely has a decent lead here. As Cats is talking to the red guy right here, just lowering the bridge, and then we'll go across. I'm interested to see the play. Sloth has 39 coins. I know Cats has like a really good amount. I think like 70? 60 or 70 coins here. Okay, 76. That's really good. I don't know if she goes into the 1-2 shop here. She honestly might. With this amount of coins, you can pretty much get a full slate of heals. Okay, she will, yeah. That's what I thought. So I think she can get Fire Burst, which will be a great help on the final boss, Racktail. As well as just many Shroom Shakes, which are great to have in the pit, because anything can go wrong, especially if you get hit by enemies a lot. You just never know. The whole pit is just unpredictable. So Sloth will... I think he's going to catch up here a little bit, but I think he's going to go in the shop as well. Cats is pretty much buying out the entire stock, which I can't blame her. Okay, I think her inventory's full, actually. So I think that's what happened there. So she has a great number of heals, really good points. This is looking really good for her right now. believe Sloth will have enough to get like 3 or 4 heals as well, which is really good in a tournament setting because obviously your goal at the end of the day in a tournament is to just finish a run. You never know. I can speak from experience of watching all of these. You just never know what's going to happen. No matter what opponent you're facing, it's really anyone's game because the pit is just so unpredictable. You can get hit like 3 times in a row by a Clubba or like any other heavy damage dealing enemy, and you can just lose your whole run. And yeah, you never really know. So you obviously want to have a decent amount of backup heals and just keep healing all throughout the pit. So yeah, Sloth is going to get a couple Shroom Shakes here. He might get 1 more, I think. Oh, he'll get the 2 fireworks. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know if Cat's got these. It's probably okay if she didn't, because I think you can get a decent amount of Fireburst drops in the pit, but yeah, it's looking pretty good right now. So Cats has Thoreau. You'll actually see them in the same room. It's just Sloth is on his way to get Thoreau right now, and Cats is on her way out. So pretty much wrapping up 1-2. Again, Cats is in a great position right now with the points and the incredible amount of heals. And then Sloth should honestly be okay. I think he won't have to worry about getting soft locked as long as he has a decent 1-3 grind. But yeah, to talk about 1-2 a little bit, I think I mentioned it before, but this whole process of getting Thoreau right now is technically optional. You could technically skip all of this if you wanted to, which I think in this tournament you're going to see a lot of different runners do it. You're going to see, I imagine Castle's going to attempt Dark Rune GBS, which is crazy difficult. I know Reed will probably end up going for LSJ, which was really fun to see in the race that we had about a week ago, I believe. So it's always awesome to see Life Shroom Jump or GBS, but essentially it skips everything that you're seeing here. It skips lowering the green bridge as Cats finishes out 1-2 in very decent timing. Sloth will have to talk to Watch It and the green guy still. But it's looking pretty good. Alrighty, going into 1-3 here, there is a quick grind that you'll see Cats do. It's basically picking up 3 items here. Pick up the Pal Pills, the flower, as well as the fast flower right here. And just killing these enemies, getting a couple more coins, will get point level ups to, she's actually over 100k, which being over 100k this early is great. Alrighty, Sloth is finishing out 1-2. I'd say he's a good, probably 1.5 to 2 minutes behind Cats, I would say. Obviously, did a quick reset on the grind, but he's in a much better position now, I'd imagine, than before. Cats will do the coconut jump over the gap and is going in to fight Ochunks. Ochunks is the first boss of the game, and she is actually going to be doing, with the amount of points that she has, she's going to be doing 3 damage, I think, per hit. If I recall correctly. I think it's 3 damage per hit. Which is, it's going to make this fight a little faster than normally. Sloth got a good amount of points there. So yeah, 3 damage. The strat here is just to throw chunks in this corner and then do some stylish hits. on top of them. She actually should only have... Okay, one more. There you go. So that's pretty... it's actually a pretty interesting difference. I think Sloth is going to have... well, I don't know. Yeah, I think he'll have 2 damage. Can't recall exactly. We need this emote. Wait, let me see if I can add it really quick. Oh, chunk spin. Wait, hang on. If it lets me sign in, I'll add it. I definitely need... Okay, cool, I can. I think. Does this work? Did I add it? I hope it worked. My chat's not updating. Okay, cool. It says it's on the channel. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll have to add, I'll have to update the 7TV emotes soon. I did, I have a whole bunch for my channel that I made and added, so I'll have to probably add some, and as well as just find any SPM emotes. Alrighty, so Sloth finished up chunks there, Cats finished up 1-3. Going into 1-4, I don't know if we'll see key early from either runner. I wouldn't blame them both for just skipping it. I think with Pit, with obviously Pit tournament, the Pit is pretty unpredictable for every runner, so there's so much that can go wrong. It almost, obviously it's very nice to have a lead going into the Pit, but that can all change as soon as you get in. Sloth actually will be going for the blue pedestal skip. I think he's got the right alignment, and he's actually got it. Nice. Alrighty, so both runners are in 1-4. 1-4 is probably best described as just a level of consistently solving puzzles in every room until you get to the final boss room for Fractal. So this room that Cats is in right here, if you do key early, it'll skip having to go to this room. However, it's an incredibly difficult out-of-bounds clip in the sand, and then maneuvering over in 3D, it's very, very difficult, and saves about 15 to 20 seconds if you do it well. We're actually going to see Sloth go for it, and he gets the out-of-bounds clip. Ooh, this is actually looking very good. He just needs to jump on this ledge. He's got it. Oh, he went back in bounds. Oh, no. I think he might attempt it again. I'm not sure. Looks like it. Yeah, this part right here is one of probably the most difficult part about this trick. Just getting out of bounds far enough, but not going too far to the left, where you fall out of bounds. Just landing on that quicksand there is very, very difficult. So he should have it this time. Just gonna flip, use the coin blocks there to jump up. He's got it. That's still very impressive from Sloth. Nice job. Alrighty, Cats is in the final puzzle room here in 1-4. Sloth is not too far behind. I want to say maybe a good minute behind, minute 30, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact time, but Cats is about to go into the 1-4 final boss, which is Fractal. Fractal is probably the easiest boss in this game, I'd have to say. Really the most important thing about Fractal is just making sure that you get the jump from his tail to his head, making sure you get that 2 times and not having to watch the 40-second cutscene again. Which we have actually seen runners miss this a decent amount in the tournaments. Hopefully we do not see that today, though. Alrighty, Sloth heading into the Fractal cutscene, and Cat's about to start the fight right here. So, this portion that you see on Cat's screen is pretty much a 40-second cutscene. You just watch as Fractal flies around the screen, and you just have to avoid him whenever he flies back towards the screen. Alrighty, so you'll see Cats flip in 3D here, and just wait for Fractal to fly towards the screen, and then jump on his back. And then from here, you'll just have to, he has 3 different cycles, you have to hit him on his antenna 3 different times. And the final boss of the pit is pretty much a carbon copy of this fight, just a little more difficult. The enemies on top of Racktail's head after the pit do 10 damage, I believe, which is very dangerous, surprisingly. But it's overall the same concept. You just have to hit Racktail 10 times instead of hitting this boss 3 times. Cat's waiting for another spawn there. It's good to get one more spawn and carry it over. Past this jump right here. There you go. You get a free hit right away. And the Cats will pretty much be wrapping up the Fractal fight right about now. Alright, there we go. So that is Chapter 1, pretty much. Really decent Chapter 1s from both runners, really. Just looking at the points standpoint, I think Sloth is going to be alright. Cats is definitely good to go for the pit. She's going to have a major advantage going in, and will be able to kill enemies that Sloth will probably not be able to. But as for Sloth having to worry about a soft lock, hopefully we don't see that. He's actually doing the 3D strat here, and he almost gets it. That 3D strat is very difficult, but you essentially flip 2 times on Fractal and try to get pushed to the right far enough that you can jump on his antenna. It's pretty, you gotta stand in a pretty precise spot, if I remember. Yeah, just a little too far to the left. It's alright though. Nice. Alrighty, so Cats is getting the second Pure Heart, and during the Enter 2 segment, it's just a lot of mashing through a lot of cutscenes, and then eventually putting that Pure Heart in the second pillar. So again, like I mentioned before, the route is pretty much about to change from any percent right as soon as we get into 2-1. After we get Boomer, which is probably the most important pixel to have for the pit, you can technically do the entirety of the pit without Boomer, but it's just very difficult. And it's definitely better to have Boomer available, because there's just certain enemies that Boomer can kill quickly and just kill in general. Oh, I might as well, while we have some time, I'll go ahead and talk about the other races that we have this week. Right now we have another match going on at the same time as this one. Phantom and Hydra King are playing right now. I don't know exactly how far in they are. I know they started a little late. But the next match that we have that's going to be restreamed is tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow on this channel at the same time, 4 p.m. Eastern. And it'll be Reed versus Mantaplant. And then Saturday we have 2 scheduled matches. One at 4 p.m. Eastern between Sonic and Teddy. And we have one at 8 p.m. Eastern with TLK and Derek. And then we should have one more match that hasn't been scheduled yet. Slop and TCU Trio. So it should be a really fun week of matches. Alrighty, so this is the first cutscene of Enter 2. Pretty much we are playing as Peach in Count Bleck's castle. It's not apparent right now, but we're technically just traveling through 8-1. We obviously won't be seeing that today because it's a pit run, but it's pretty neat nonetheless. But soon enough after this cutscene, Peach will be teleported back to Flipside, and we'll have to wake her up using a recipe that we cook from Saffron. Alrighty, so Cats will be going down into Merlin's house, where a civilian will pretty much come into Merlin's house and say that a random girl fell from the sky into Flipside. It's pretty much Peach. We know based on prior knowledge that we're going to have to cook a fireburst on the level below, so that is what Cats will do after talking to Merlin here. And I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Alrighty. So Sloth is on his way to Merlin's house. Cats is about to cook this fireburst, which will make a spicy soup. This is actually a good instance of just prior knowledge of the game. basically by going to cook the fire burst before talking to Peach, we can save a lot of general time on backtracking. Alrighty, so Cats will be waking up Peach here. Merlin will tell us to go cook a spicy soup, but we already have it in our inventory, so we'll start the cutscene to wake up Peach, and after this, then we'll be able to place the second Pure Heart in the pillar and get onto 2-1. Oh, and just a reminder, be sure to follow both of our runners. They're really great SPM streamers, and they're gonna, regardless who wins or loses this race, there will be a loser's bracket. So the loser of this match will still go into the, let me take a look exactly. The, yeah, match number 16 of the loser's bracket. And then the winner will actually go on to play Castle next round, which should be pretty fun watch. I believe this is Castle's second tournament. I don't know how many exactly he's been in. I know for the most part, in the past, the tournament winners have been a mixture of Mohawk, Teddy, and a couple different runners here and there. But I think there might be a chance that we see a new winner this time around. I believe Teddy won the last one, if I remember correctly. Alrighty. So Cats has the old key here, and we'll open the gate to pretty much go into the Chapter 2 Pure Heart Pillar. And you'll see both runners here actually do a neat trick where they'll grab a squiglet, toss it onto a ledge, and jump onto it. That skips having to go to the other side of the room and use Peach to float over. Just to talk a little bit about Peach, actually. Peach has an invincibility parasol where you can pretty much just hold down and not get hit. We probably won't see it used during any runs of this tournament. Peach is unfortunately not used much at all in this category, except for one required spot in 2-1. Peach also has a floating, hovering mechanic as well. She's actually a really cool character. Unfortunately, Mario, I believe, just generally walks faster and is the faster character to use since you can flip into 3D at any point. Alrighty, so Sloth is on his way to put the Pure Heart in the pillar. He's actually made up a decent amount of time. I still think he's probably going to be a minute behind going into Chapter 2-1, but it's totally not out of the range where he could catch up. Obviously, we'll need some help from the pit. Very nice squiglet jumps from both runners, and Cats is on her way into 2-1. So Chapter 2-1, or really just Chapter 2 in general, is centered around Merle's mansion. Unfortunately, again, this is where the route sort of diverges from any percent. We're not going to be going any further than this level. The goal here in 2-1 is to just go straight to the Boomer room, get Boomer to be our pixel, and immediately use the return pipe and go to the pit. There is a trick here called boomer skip that's used in any percent, and technically could be done here. Unfortunately, I believe boomer skip is actually 1 second slower than just going to get boomer and then immediately using the return pipe. Also good to mention that the boomer skip would use a shell shock that's very, very useful in room 89, so it's probably the best that we don't do it here. Alright, so this next room, Cats will be doing Goomba Jump, I believe. Oh, she almost got it. There is a pretty easy backup, just flipping in a 3D here. Maneuvering to the right, and then you can do a 3D exploit there just by jumping up to the pipe. It's pretty neat. Nice Goomba jump from Sloth. And yeah, we're pretty much getting to that point. In the next room, Cats will be going in. Oh, she got a fire burst. That's actually really nice. Fire bursts can be very useful for the Ragtail fight, as well as I forget the exact room, but there's. Oh my goodness, that shell. There's a room early on, I believe in the 20s somewhere, with a bunch of Spinies, where if you get them on a screen and use a fire burst, it's much faster than using Boomer. So that'll be a very useful item. Alrighty, going down this pipe. All that's left is just to talk to Boomer, which actually takes a decent amount of time because he just asks like 8 questions in a row that take forever. But after that, you'll see both runners here just use the return pipe, and then they're onto the pit. Alrighty. I think Sloth did make up a pretty reasonable amount of time. I'm not sure how long exactly this Boomer cutscene takes. It's probably somewhere close to a minute, which is much better than before, considering Sloth reset in 1-1 to attempt the grind again. So yeah, Cats is going to be off, heading down to the pit, and there's actually 2 different routes now. The faster route, which was... I don't know how recent this is, but I believe it's the first time we'll see it in a tournament, if anyone goes for it. But heading to the left here, which I think she's going to do, you can essentially go down a couple elevators and get to the pit room, and the main trick you'll be doing is taking Boomer and then grabbing Boomer with throw and tossing him up onto the ledge to hit the blue switch to open the pit, which is actually a really difficult throw. But it does save a decent amount of time than going the other route. So I believe the setup is right here after the grate. See her grab throw. And unfortunately missed the throw there. It's a very precise throw. I think you have to do it like at the exact height of Mario's jump. We will see, I believe Sloth going for this as well. So this could actually be a point where Sloth catches up. We'll see. Oh, unfortunately, just not getting this throw. I know she was practicing it on her stream last night. We're actually seeing runners, both runners tied right now. Sloth is unfortunately not getting it either. Just struggling with this boomer throw. Oh, and he does get it. He's actually going to enter the pit right before Cats. Cats get it. Oh my goodness, we are pretty much virtually tied right now. Oh, wow. That is insane. Alright, Sloth is in the lead. Okay, so, the pit. Let's talk about it really quick. It is very, very random. Some important things to note. The random things, essentially you're going to enter every single room, and one enemy is going to have a key. The goal for all these runners is to just kill all the enemies as fast as possible and try to find the key. Obviously, which enemy holds the key is random. Item drops are also random. Entry and exit doors have common locations. However, they are still random. So you can potentially get different routes placed in every room. And then obviously certain enemy locations can be random sometimes. The main thing that is not random is room layout. So every time that you enter room 7 per se, you will always have the exact same layout. So there's actually some really neat tools like Igurmi's Pit Viewer, I believe it's called, where you can see the exact layout of each room. You can sort of plan out how you want to play it. Obviously, you'll have to react to certain RNG. But yeah, so Sloth is in room 5. These early rooms are not too bad. It pretty much, the pit just gets worse and worse as you keep going. Cats is in room 4 right now. Sloth is actually having a decent first 10 rooms here. But Cats, again, something important to note, Sloth will have to be at 60k by room 25 at the latest. It's definitely beneficial to be at 60k before room 19. Those two rooms have enemies that can only be killed when you're at 60k level. So obviously, Sloth did mess up the grind a bit, but I think if he kills some extra enemies, he'll probably be close. He should make it there by room 19. Hopefully he won't get a Koopa Troll. He's having a really tough room here. It's gonna be this guy, yeah. Cats is in room 6 right now. Actually, a really nice key, 5-second room from Cats. And, I believe, yeah, Sloth is in 8. I think she is in 7. Yes, okay. So actually a pretty decent first 10 rooms from both runners here. Especially Sloth. But once again, really, these early rooms, it really just depends. The pit just gets more and more unpredictable as you go on. So this is still anyone's race. It's really exciting that it's this close going in. So Sloth unfortunately had a tough room there. These enemies in the first 10 rooms are just pretty basic enemies. They're squiglets, you know, Koopas, easy stuff. So something you saw on Sloth's screen there as he went through room 10, and I believe Cats is doing the same in the next room. But every 10 rooms, there's pretty much a break room where you can open a chest and collect a key, or not a key, sorry, a catch card. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we're just not going to do that because it's slow. On Cat's screen right there, you actually saw a Flim spawn. Those are completely random. He can show up in any of the 10 rooms, so he can show up in room 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. He might become very valuable later in the run, especially for Sloth. Cats is looking very good on her heals right now. She obviously had a lot of points going into the pit, and that is something that Sloth will have to worry about. He's looking pretty good, though. 55k at this point. I think he'll... If he chooses to kill a couple extra enemies here and there, he'll hit 60k. Cat's got so many points because of her 1-1 grind. She got a slow flower, which basically had her get 90k on that grind, which is very, very good. Sloth will kick the shell here. He actually had the Goomba land right on it. It's pretty nice. And of course, it's, you know, key is always in the Koopa that you choose to kick. That's just awesome. So as you see in this room right here, Cats is choosing to kill those rock enemies instead of the Slurps. Because the Slurps obviously are a little slower. They take they have to eat Boomer to be killed. It's gonna be one of these. Yep. Okay. There we go. Sloth is looking pretty good, I believe. I didn't catch what room he's in, but he's looking pretty good on points. I think he'll be okay. He'll get to 60k, which will be a nice level up for him. Yeah, he's got like 1 or 2 more enemies to kill here. He's close to 19, but he won't have to worry about it, I don't think. Cats might actually catch up to him here. He's having a pretty tough room. Actually, a really bad room. They're in the same room right now. Wow. Okay, Sloth is about to leave, though. Hopefully he makes this jump. Oh, he didn't. Oh my goodness, Cats might be pretty much tied here. She'll have to wait a little bit to get to the door, but... yeah, that actually caught Cats up a lot. Unfortunately, Sloth just had a pretty bad room there, got a last key. Just a benefit of Cats. So now they're in the same room right now. I think Sloth meant to kick that. There we go. He got the level up, so he won't have to worry about that. But Cats is actually pretty much going to take the lead right here. Sloth will be slightly behind. But that just really goes to show how unpredictable the pit is. So, something neat about these Buzzy Beetles, you can actually flip into 3D here. Well, whether you're in 3D or 2D, they essentially won't despawn off-screen. That's something very nice about those shells, so you can utilize them a lot in different rooms, and while Koopa shells, and I think red shells as well, will despawn off-screen, you won't have to worry about that with Buzzy Beetle shells. Get a turtley leaf drop there from Cats. This is looking... Okay, Sloth is good. Same with Cats. Okay. Neither runner got Koopa trolled. Really happy to see that. That Koopa troll right there will take, especially on Sloth's end, will take literally like 8 hits with Boomer. And it's very, very slow. But both runners right here pretty much tied. Going into the 20s, I believe. Yeah, 21. So this part right here, Cats will probably use, yeah, the Fire Burst drop that she got, and Sloth is doing the same thing here. You pretty much just want to get as many of these Spinies on screen, and then hopefully, yeah, both of them got the key from that. Very nice. That is such a benefit to have in this room, especially early on if you're not doing too much damage, in Sloth's case. It will take like multiple hits with Boomer to kill those enemies. The boos right here, the strat is just to lure them towards you and blow them up with Boomer when they're in range. Sloth's got the key there. Cats is having some tough RNG. Okay, there we go. So this room that Sloth is in has a bunch of fuzzies. That's actually a pretty decent key for that room. A bunch of fuzzies. You'll see a bunch of Cherbils all around. It's a very nice key as well for Cats. Alright, and they are in the same room again. This is a very, very close race. This is actually really fun. It's going back and forth. Cats is going to take the lead right here, getting pretty much a second key while an unfortunate 30-second room there from Sloth. Also had an unfortunate door spawn. That's really... there's going to be a lot of rooms like that you'll see where door spawn is something that you literally have to walk to in 2D, and it takes a long time. And just right here, you'll actually see Sloth take the lead again, simply based on the fact that his door is on the bottom of the screen. Just a back and forth match today. A really nice key from Sloth. He'll actually have a great door spawn. And he is off the next room. Alright, this room that he's in has a lot of squiglets. Pretty much just killing all of them as fast as possible. He got pretty lucky there. Most of the time you'll have to flip in that room. Okay, nice. Cats ended up getting a key there. She'll do a lock jump, which is really cool to see. These hammer bro enemies right here, these are probably one of the worst in the pit. Sloth is actually going to have 2 enemies that despawned off screen. He won't have to worry about it though. You got the key right there. But what happens if those shells despawn? If that enemy in particular that you despawned had the key, then you will have to clear out the entire room of enemies before the key shows up, which is really unfortunate sometimes. You can actually lose a lot of time. This is an unfortunate spot for Sloth. He should be okay here. Okay, nice. He's unfortunately... Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, these, these enemies are really tough. And obviously just being in a setting where the ceilings are just so small, it can be really, really difficult. So that door that's right above Cats, she'll have to go through the pipe over here to get to it. Just flip in 3D. Sloth is actually talking to Flim. I don't see what he bought. Okay, he bought a Super Shroom Shake. That's a pretty nice buy. Especially if he's running low on heals. I think both runners are actually looking pretty good on heals right now. Cats is still looking very nice. Sloth, I don't exactly remember what his heals were looking like. They're both in the same room right now. Got a stopwatch drop, and Cats actually gets the key first. We'll have to wait for these Tyloids to pass by, but she should be out of this room. Okay, exactly the same time as Sloth, because he just got the key. This match has pretty much been neck and neck throughout the entirety of the pit since we've gotten here. Sloth got a very fast key on this room. This room can take a long time if you get an unfortunate key spawn. As you can see here. Sloth will flip into 3D and then get hit by... Oh no, he got hit by the Cursias. This isn't the worst one to be hit by, but he will be slow for a little bit, which might be an advantage to Cats here. So Sloth will be walking pretty slow for probably the next, like... Oh, we got an egg. Shouts out. Probably the next, like, 20 seconds or so. While Cats is in the same room, Sloth does have the key. Okay. There we go. Isn't slow anymore. This room in particular can be very annoying. These enemies that you see, these blue enemies, can just flip in between 2D and 3D at random. If one of them gets stuck in 3D, they might be there for a while, and you'll just have to find them. Just like you saw on Cat's screen there. Hopefully that enemy does not have the key. Okay, there we go. Nice. Alright. Here's our first instance on the Sloth screen. Room 36. Oh, and he's a little low. He might have to use a heal here. But these enemies are called ninjas. They have a whole family. They are terrible. Ninjos, ninjans, and ninjeris, I believe they're called. But there's a 50-50 chance if you go to kill one of those guys that they will just not die. They'll just turn into a bomb and explode. It's very annoying, and it'll definitely happen a lot. Cat's got a really good key there. That room in particular, she's actually going to be ahead here, I believe. I think they're on the same room right now. Okay, yeah, Magiblots, okay. So Magiblots are pretty bad as well. Magiblots have a random projectile. She actually got a great key there again. Sloth is going to use the egg. Get some 12 HP, very nice. But Magiblots, when they shoot a projectile, even if you kill them very quickly, the projectile will not despawn. So it will hit you more than likely, and it does 3 damage. It's very unfortunate. Cat's got a little unlucky with that Tyloid, but he did have the key. Very nice. Actually, some very nice rooms back-to-back for Cats here. Oh, and a very nice room for Sloth as well, and they are still, like, neck and neck. We are going into, I believe, the 40s right now. This is really insane. So, the further we get into the pit, the more difficult it's going to get. Starting off right here, probably one of the worst enemies in the entirety of the pit, Clubbas. You'll see the strat with Clubbas is to... Oh, it's a really good key for Sloth, wow. The strat with Clubbas is to really get them under a small ceiling, as you can see, and just jump, duck jump into them. That'll work. Another really good key for Sloth, wow. Okay, these Koopa Strikers can be, they're not too bad. Basically, the strat that you see here, you can stand right in front of them, and you can just kick their shells back into them. That is actually insane. Okay, some tough RNG here on Sloth, and the Cats, I believe, will be just a room behind, I think. Oh, that's a really good drop. Any Shroom Shake drop that you can find is very, very good. Okay, yeah, she will use one of her heals here. Okay, Sloth ends up getting the key. Another Tyloid room here. So these, the different colored Tyroids, they have different properties. I think the only one we haven't seen yet is the yellow one. The yellow one just moves the fastest. Blue has a lot of health. I think red has the most health. Green ones are like the easiest to kill. And then yellow ones are the fastest. But overall, they're pretty annoying to kill regardless. Okay, actually in the same room here, Sloth will be heading out right now. Cats will be killing these enemies right here. Yeah, some unfortunate RNG here for Cats. I believe it's this Tyloid. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 40-second room is unfortunate. Sloth gets out of the next room. Yeah, this race really is close. Oh, a bunch of Cherbils here, so it is important to note, those green Cherbils, I don't know if it's 100% of the time, but most of the time they will always drop some sort of heal, whether it's a dry shroom or, I don't know, a Peachy Peach, and I think a Shroom Shake they can drop. But it's very helpful to have those enemies Okay, one of them had the key right there, but essentially they will poison you, those green cursews, or cherbils, excuse me. But if you get poisoned, you can pretty much just kill one. Hopefully get, even if it's a dried shroom, you can remove the poison effect. Alright, both of them are in the clubber room. I actually didn't even notice. Cats must have had a really good room. She actually has a really good clubber room right here. Just has to get past these Magiblots and to the door, dodging projectiles left and right, and she will actually take the lead back once again. This match is unbelievable. Room 49 right here. We're about halfway through the pit. It only gets crazier from here. And Sloth is having an unfortunate clubber room. Any room with clubbers, because Nintendo, or Intelligent Systems rather, just loves to spam clubbers in a bunch of different rooms, they can take a very long time. They can either be really fast if you get a first key, or like you see on Sloth's screen right here, literally over a minute to kill all those enemies. They are very, very difficult. Cats is already past this room right here. Sloth maybe could catch up a little bit if he has a good key here. It's actually a very good mini grind right there. There's a bunch of enemies in this room. This 51, which is what Cats is in right now, she is basically going to kick this shell, flip back into 2D, and that shell along the bottom will pretty much do a point grind for her. She'll just, because these Buzzy Beetles don't despawn off screen, gets the key right there. I think with that enemy right there, yeah, it does like 2k points. That's pretty good. And Cats, again, because of that 1-1 grind, she is just so far ahead on points compared to Sloth. She might actually be hitting 200k really early, which is very good, specifically for a couple different enemy sets that we're going to see later in the run. These Pigorhythms right here, that's a very nice key. But if you flip into 3D, those Pigorhythms will fall to the bottom, and you can kill a bunch of them in a row. So let's try with this room. She gets a first key, literally a 5-second, not even 4-second room. This is some crazy RNG that we're seeing from Cats. Currently in the Dry Bones room right now. Sloth is having a tough time with these Pigorhythms. So you'll actually see Sloth chose not to flip there, which is actually a really good strat. He spawned on the same level up there in the top left. Sometimes the door can spawn there. It's best to just kill that enemy in 2D, and if he has the key, it's going to be a very, very fast room. But unfortunately, it did not, so he ended up having a 30-second room. Cats is flying through the 50s right now, literally in 56, Sloth in 53. Crazy stuff. It's a nice key from Sloth there. These Dark Boos, the strat is to place down Boomer, and then as soon as they spawn, you can jump on them. Nice key there. Oh, absolutely. No, this is still anyone's race. This can go as fast as Cats caught up. It can all be reversed. The pit is all RNG. It is all luck. Well, okay, not all luck, but, you know, it has a lot of luck. Anything can happen here. It's still anyone's game. It's a nice key again from Cats. She's actually almost done with the 50s. I think she has one more room. Sloth is on these clubbas right here. Clubbas and Dry Bones. Okay. This room right here. This room can cause a lot of trouble. You never know. So that room, and I'll try to refresh the stream here in a minute. Okay, she actually got the key. She doesn't have to worry about it. That is the Amazy Daisy room. That is a very dangerous room. That Amazy Daisy will do 10 damage and is very difficult to kill if they have a key. I'll do a quick refresh. There we go. It's a first key there. I mean, what is happening? This is crazy. I think she's going into 62 right now. Maybe I'm miscounting, I don't know. Okay, no, she's in 60. Alright. Okay, I'll do a room check for Sloth here. Cat's in 61. Sloth, I believe, is heading into 50... 57, wow. Sloth killing a bunch of these Sproings here. Gets the key, very nice. So, now that we are in the back half of the pit, Sloth is also... Wow, he gets a first key. That's really, really good. Two very good daisy rooms from both of these owners. It's very nice to see. That room can cause a lot of trouble, and definitely will, I'd imagine, throughout the tournament. More Dark Blues here. Magiblots on Sloth's screen. The strat with Magiblots is to just get them in a corner where you can just jump on them over and over again. Very nice key there from Sloth. Sloth will be heading into 61. I believe Cats is going to be on 64, I think. I'm trying to keep track. It's somewhere around there. 63, okay. This is not too far off now. Sloth has caught up a little bit. This room in particular, just the further we get in the pit, there's more difficult rooms coming up here. These Clubba's rooms, they're just very, very difficult. A bunch of Clubbas, a bunch of Boomerang Bros. They do 3 damage, both of them. Just utilizing Boomer there from above. Having a tough time in this room. Ugh. She should be okay on heals, I'd imagine. Cat's bought a lot of heals, still has enough. She'll definitely finish the run, I'd imagine. Just these Clubbas will do a relentless amount of damage. Having a tough time, both runners having a tough time on their respective rooms right now. This Dry Bones room is being very rude to Sloth. Does get the key. Both runners get the key, actually. So 2 slow rooms there, but they are both progressing through. Sloth is actually on the room that Cats was just on, so they are just a room apart at this point. We'll see how this room treats Sloth. You never know. Could be very nice, could be very mean. It's all about finding that key. So these Tyloid rooms right here, the Tyloid rooms are just going to keep getting more and more difficult. These yellow Tyloids go... They move very fast. Some nice kills there. Gets the key, very nice. Sloth is... Ooh, okay. Yeah, these Boomerang Bros are very irritating to deal with. Having a tough room here as well. Okay, does get the key. That's still a faster room. Saved a good 20-second compared to the Cat's room there. Cats does get a first key here, which I believe this is just... yeah, this is a pretty simple room. Now, Cats will definitely have... Oh, actually, we'll have an advantage on these enemies that you see right here soon. As soon as she hits the 200k, she can actually just one-hit KO these enemies with Boomer. Oh, very nice key. Nice. Sloth is at 4 HP. I think he still has heals, so he'll be fine. Just has to take it a little slower. Yeah, took a ton of damage in the Clubber room. Okay, it does get the key here. These Longinators for Cats. These rooms can take a decent amount of time as well, depending on what type of key RNG you're dealing with. Okay, that's actually pretty manageable. That's a good key from Sloth right there. I think they're about 2 rooms apart, I want to say. Cats is heading into 68. Sloth is in 66. He might want to heal here, we'll see. He should be able to manage, I think. Ooh, okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely gonna heal here. Get a 10 heal. Very nice. Oh, something I haven't even mentioned. Level ups. Just something I haven't been paying attention to, but the next level up for Sloth is at 160k. He's almost there. He should get it soon. You can probably get it without having to use another heal. But that's really the biggest thing with Pit, is just managing your heals and not trying to waste heals before you actually level up. It's incredibly difficult to do. Cats is on the Kuva Striker room. Will she get her revenge? It looks like it. She does get the key. And I think the door's up there. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a very good Koopa Striker room right there. So Cats is going into 71. I believe Sloth is on 68 right now. Still anyone's match. So Cats is very far level up. She has a whole other attack level up ahead of Sloth. That's just another advantage from the grind earlier. She's going to be one-hit KO a bunch of enemies here towards the end of the pit. Okay, Sloth gets the key there. Cats gets the key there, so I believe Sloth is on 69, I think this room is. Yeah, okay. Cats will be going to 72. Very nice key right there from Cats. So this next room you're going to see on Cats' screen is a Cursia room. I believe she's going to flip into 3D and just have all of them fall to the ground and take them out in 3D. Very nice hit right there. I believe the door is just right above. There we go. Okay, Sloth has the key as well. He's heading into 72, I believe. Cats is in 74. Yep, 72, okay. Whoa, he just clipped through! That was so weird, I've never seen that before. Hey, whatever works. That's pretty nice. We'll have to kill this enemy, though, unfortunately. Can't pick him up. That's tough. Ah, I think he might be waiting. He should... Yeah, there you go. He should be able to kill him with Boomer. There we go. No longer a problem. Okay. This room that Cats is on is one of the most dangerous rooms. These rough puffs will rack up damage if you're not careful. They shoot a bunch of projectiles all over the place. It's better, actually, I think, to take damage from their body rather than their projectile. It'll do less damage. You'll actually see that strat used for a couple different enemies throughout the pit. Nice room there from Sloth. A tough room here from Cats. There might actually be a chance for Sloth to gain a room or two on her. I believe he's just one room behind. She does get the key here. Sloth having some trouble with these enemies. And Cat's now in the boomboxer room. Just a bunch of boomboxers. Placing Boomer on the ground will sort of temporarily disable their attacks. Okay, nice key from Cats. And I believe Sloth, I'd say, is about a room and a half behind. Still a very close match. Yeah, those projectiles will do 4 damage, while the body will only do 2 damage there. Oh my god, that was a really good key from Cats. A really good Magic Block key there. I think she's in 78. Yeah, 78. Like 2 rooms ahead of Sloth right now. Or maybe 3, I can't totally remember. This room is not too bad. Just kill these enemies right here. Nice. Sloth is down to 6 HP. His next overall level up is at 200k, so he'll probably have to use a heal at some point. Cats will flip into 3D here, and she can actually pretty much kill these enemies instantly. This is just another benefit to the level. Okay, very nice. Uses a 20 heal right there. Alright, nice key. We're getting to the latter half of the pit, pretty much to the back end here. About 20 rooms to go here from Cats. Gonna be heading into 81. Do a quick rune check on Sloth. Sloth is currently at 77. Okay. So a bit of a ways to go. Really great key from Cats once again. She's having some very nice RNG strings here. It's very nice. We'll use a heal. I need to look at her next level up. She's at 225. I think, yeah, the next level up is 250k. Gets the key again. I wasn't even looking. Okay. Any interviews after the race, if the runners want to, they are welcome to join. But there's no requirement for that, though. Alright, Sloth is in 79, looking to get into the 80s. Cats did have a little bit of a slower room there. '84, and then Sloth will be heading into 81 here in a couple seconds. Gonna look to these enemies on the bottom. Hopefully this one has it. We'll see. Okay, there's one more chance. If not, Cats might actually be losing a little bit of time here. She will. Okay. So these enemies right here, some version of a Schlorp, it's, they take 2 hits with Boomer. And the longer this takes for Cats, this is more of an opportunity for Sloth to catch up. This is a really unfortunate room, though. It's just a tough situation where you just gotta wait on Boomer. Oh, I think she got last key, too. That's really tough. Okay, one more hit here. Should have the key. Sloth also had an unfortunate room, though. Yeah, minute-long room there. Cats. She's going to be on 85 now. Dark Booze and poisonous enemies. I'm just completely blanking on the name, even though it's like the easiest Mario enemy of all time. But ideally, you definitely don't want to get hit by those projectiles because they are poisonous. Yeah, the Pokey. God, I am so dumb. Anyways, the Dark Boo... Oh, let me do a refresh real quick. The Dark Boos are definitely the faster enemy to kill in that situation. Having a tough room, though. Sloth is at 6 HP. He's very close. Okay, he gets the level up. Very nice. Don't even have to worry about it. Gets the key, and he's off to the next room. Yeah, these Pokies can be very dangerous. Once again, though, they'll drop items. Right now, Cats is ahead. I didn't catch the room that Sloth is in. I think he's gained maybe a room or 2 on her. She had a really unfortunate room there. If Sloth is able to kill this enemy right here and it has the key, it does not. Very unfortunate. I think he's in the same situation as Cats, where he's just having to kill these Schlorps once again. Yeah, unfortunately takes 2 hits with Boomer. And Cats is chipping away at these Koopa Trolls here, which also take multiple hits with Boomer. This room in particular, I believe, would be a good room for a Mighty Tonic, if either runner has one. I don't think so, though. Okay, Cats is running a little low on heals, but she should still be okay by the end of it. Does have a long last. Those are very nice to have. It's just these it just, the projectiles in these rooms are just so dangerous. I think Sloth is in the same room. I'm astonished at what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, Sloth actually managed to get in the same room as Cats. I still thought he was on the Schlorp room. Must have had a really good room that I missed there. And he does get a key. He's not going to be that far behind from Cats right now. This is insane. They're going to be in the same room right here. Cats is just waiting for this enemy to get out of the way. 87. Who will come out of here first? Okay, Cats will be out. Sloth is not too far behind, though. Okay, more ninjas here. These enemies are not fun. They're not nice. This one being particularly mean for no reason. Sloth's still on that last room, though. I think he's got one more enemy somewhere. It might be trapped up top. Can't find it. Cats is off into 89, which I believe. Yeah, she's just gonna heal, get on top, and then use the shell shock. Okay, now she leveled up. That's very, very helpful. Just wants to get on this ledge right here. Use the shell shock. Hopefully she'll be able to walk over to the left side of the room. Oh, the shell might despawn. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, it wasn't even her fault. She got hit, too. So, unfortunately, if you don't walk to the left side of that room, the shell shock will just despawn off screen. She's now going to have to kill a bunch of these enemies. There's just an unbelievable amount of enemies in this room. Does eventually get the key, though. Just unfortunate. That's a really nice room to get a level up in as well. So I don't think she'll make it to 300k, but still looking pretty good. She is in the last 10, 91. And I believe Sloth is literally like a room behind. Gonna use the shell shock here. He should get a level up. He should be good to go. Yep, he will be able to flip here. Or actually, he's just gonna let the shell do that. There we go. He's closer to a level up. He's at 250, I think, is the next level up. Let's see if he gets it. This enemy is not being nice to Cats right now. Actually having a tough room here. Does get the key. Sloth is on to 90. He will have to watch his health here, because these 90 rooms can do a lot of damage. More ninjas here. Again, you see just a 50-50 chance of them not dying. It's very annoying to deal with. Oh, it took 4 damage there. That's tough. Another one. Wow. Yeah, these guys are not being nice at all. That's tough. Sloth has caught up. He's actually in the same room right now as Cats. I think he got a first key in that last room to go heal really quick. Oh my goodness. Both of them are just chipping away at these ninjas. Sloth does get a level up. That's very, very helpful for him. Cats does not have another level up, I don't think, till 300k, I believe. Sloth just took the lead, I think. Wow, he did. He actually just took the lead. That is insane. Oh, but he's having some... Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, Cats had like a minute and a half long room there. Those ninjas, man, it's just the fact that they can just sometimes just not die, it can really just mess with runners. Okay, they're now in the same room. Sloth does have the key. We'll see if Cats can catch up. She's had some good RNG throughout the entirety of this match. We'll see if it's on her side in the last 10 rooms here. Sloth is on 94 now. We'll have to flip. Go to the bottom here. She does get the key. She's going to be in the same room as him right now. We'll see. This room in particular, I believe, can have a really nice door pattern. I don't know where the last... Okay, the door's over there. Oh, unfortunately, Cat's had a... I think she has to go all the way around. Yeah, she will. She'll have to go all the way to the left and up top. I'll see if I can do a stream refresh really quick since we're towards the end. Okay, 95 for Sloth. Cat's right behind, entering 95 right here. It's gonna come down to who gets the key first. These next two rooms, I believe, just have an unbelievable amount of enemies. I think Sloth got a shroom shake there. Or some sort of heal. Still no key sighting yet. Oh, wow. They both might get last key. Oh, Cat's just had it. I actually don't know what happened there. It must have been another enemy that she killed. But she's out and is ahead right now. Sloth will get the key here, though. I think it's one of these enemies. Yeah, there we go. 96. Okay. Bunch of boomerang bros. I don't know why these enemies are not flipping into 3D. That was weird. I think there's still one up top for some reason. Okay, she does get the key, though. Sloth could catch up if he gets a quick key here. 97 is, I believe, infamously the most difficult room in the run. Sloth gets a fire burst. That might actually be helpful for the final boss. I don't know how many fire bursts he has. Okay, Cats will get past 97. Just the toughest room imaginable. Yeah, both runners are need to have a good look at their health. We'll see if either runner has an item to combat these enemies. I believe she does not. She will have to kill these enemies one by one. I think it's going to be the same for Sloth. These chain chomps right here could determine this entire match. I have no idea. I have no idea if Sloth has an item for these. Will the POW block work? I actually don't know. I don't think it does. Does it? We're about to find out. Cats has 2 more enemies to go. No, it did not work. Oh, that's tough. That is a tough time loss there. Sloth is going to need this to be like a first key. Cats is about 2 chain chomps ahead of him right now. Gets the key, and she's going to be out of this room. We'll see if Sloth gets it here. Does not get a first key. Ooh. That is unfortunate. These chain chomps are just relentless. Cats is now in 99. This is the Magiblot room right here. She's just going to have these guys line up in a corner. Going to use a Shroom Shake. I agree with that decision, because these enemies can do so much damage. Especially the red ones do 6. That is unbelievable. Okay. Please Twitch, why? Okay. Cats does get the key. Sloth is in the same room. This still could be very close. Oh, he's not getting any spawns. Does get the key, though. He's out. This is still anyone's match. Cats is going to be about like 10 seconds ahead here. I want to say like 10 to 15 seconds. Going into Ragtail, this is the final boss of the pit. So essentially, this is just Fractail with more HP. Cats does have a life shroom, yes. So Cats does have the comfort of having a life shroom. I believe both runners have 2 fire bursts, I think. I think Sloth has 2 fire bursts. Essentially what you're going to see both of these runners do here is immediately as soon as they get on Ragtail, use both fire bursts. And that will do 5 hits each, or I think it might be 4 hits each, I can't remember. But it'll essentially damage the antenna enough. You need to do 10 hits each per Ragtail. You're going to see both these runners eventually switch to Peach and just float over and get the last 20 hits. We'll see. This is, regardless of who wins, this was just such an incredible match. GG's to both of these runners. What a great way to start off the tournament. Yeah, absolutely. This race has been awesome. The rats are flooding in the chat. Okay. Cats is on. She's going to be about, like, A good, like, 10-15 seconds ahead of Sloth. Actually, more like 10 seconds. This is... We'll see. We'll see how this goes. She's going to use one of the fire bursts here. I think Sloth is going to do the same. Oh, he's going to switch to Peach right away. Peach and Thoreau. Oh, he's going to... He might only have one... I think he might only have one fire burst. Cats has both, so she's good to go. She's going to switch to Peach. Okay, very nice. So I think Cats can win this. If she just makes both of these cycles, we'll float over with Peach right here. Doing damage to the antenna, very nice. Oh, oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I think he's fine, he made it. Cats has one more jump to go, and she's gonna make it. Oh my goodness, okay. So that's the fight. Cats is gonna be done like 10 seconds ahead. This should be it. There is still some mashing. It may end up coming down to mashing, we'll see. But it's looking like Cats has won. GG's to both runners, though. I think we should be good. Cats also got a level up there, very nice. Got to 300k. Just an awesome match for both runners. Just incredible. Alrighty, we get Dashel. Dashel is added to the party, and that should do it here. Try to get the final time here. Cats out of the pit. GG's, a 136.33. It's probably a little inaccurate, but that's alright. GG's to both runners. Sloth as well. Not that far behind, gonna be like not even 10 seconds behind. That was absolutely incredible. GG's, man. That was insane. That match was crazy. GG's. Oh my goodness. By a couple seconds. Yeah, so for anyone who wasn't here when we entered the pit, Cats was going to be ahead. Unfortunately missed the boomer throw. A couple times, Sloth caught up, and they were pretty much neck and neck throughout the entirety of the pit. It was just absolutely incredible. GG's, man. Yeah, what a way to kick off the tournament. That was great. For either runner, if you guys want to do, like, an interview, you're welcome to. It's obviously not required, though. Just let me know. And if not, we will be done today. Thank you all for watching. I should mention... Oh, PB pace halfway. Oh, yeah. That grind was insane, though. That just... It really, That 1-1 grind is just ridiculous. But, be sure to follow both runners. Cats4ever and SoaringSloth. Two incredible runners at this game. Yeah, Sloth for sure. No, but I think you did make the right decision, though, when you messed up the grind, because I think if you kept going with it, I don't think you would have been... I don't know if you would have been by 60k by the time you needed it. Honestly, a good decision. It might honestly be a strat for some runners throughout this tournament, we'll see. Alrighty, well that is our first match. Cats has won. GG's. Cats will move on to round 2 in winners and face Castle next round, which will be sometime next week, I believe. Sloth is not out of it yet. He'll be moving to the losers bracket and will play somebody. It's not determined yet, but we'll have to see. Cats versus Castle. Oh yeah, if anyone wants to look at the tournament bracket, predictions are still open. If you want to, like, I'm probably gonna, like, 5 minutes from now, I'll probably put this match, as well as I believe Phantom won his match, so I'll put those two in. But if you want to get a last minute prediction in, you're more than welcome to. You just have to have a challenge account. But yeah, hey, GG's, that was fun. What a great way to kick off this tournament. Sloth is still not out of it. He will be going to losers round 2, I believe. So that'll be in probably 2 weeks, I want to say. Yeah, GG's Sloth. GG's both runners. That was just incredible. Congratulations to both of you. And yeah. So that's going to do it. Be sure to follow the stream. We're probably going to be... Oh, yeah. We're live tomorrow. We got another match. I believe it is... Let me check. What do we have? Reed versus Mantaplant. Tomorrow, same time. Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we have 2 matches on Saturday. One at 4 p.m. Eastern, one at 8 p.m. Eastern. Teddy versus Sonic, and TLK versus Derek. So, we'll try to get the schedule set up. I think one more match that hasn't been scheduled yet is Slop and TCB Trio. But yeah, GG's. Of course, always happy to stream these. Be sure to follow the stream. We also have a Twitter account. If you want to just keep updated, I'll try to be more active on it and post the schedules when we have them. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm going to drink a lot of water now because my voice is hoarse, but that was fun. That was incredible. All right, let me see if anyone's streaming.